Button on the ticker right now, we got our man 50 Cent and Loyd Banks. Now, he jumped on his IG, that being 50 Cent, and gave a little shout out to our man Loyd Banks. Loyd Banks officially off of G Unit Records. The caption says, check out my boy Loyd Banks' new mixtape coming soon. Independence Day, he's doing his own thing, and you know it's going to be loaded with bars. Check him out. PLK, get the strap. Man, we know 50.
Right.
We know 50 real well. And one thing we know about 50 is, what is he doing here? Is he throwing shade? Is he really throwing his boy some love? What's going on with our man Fifth right here, bro?
Nah, it's definitely a good question, man. You know, I'll have to lead more to, I don't know, man. It's one of those things like 50-50, but I'm gonna lead towards more so supporting him, you know. But then again, it's like maybe 50's a businessman, so he knows, you know, he projects things. So he may just say it like, you know, I just something that I have to do, because if I don't, I'm gonna look bitter. I'm gonna look like, you know, that there's a beef between us. So I better, you know, go ahead and promote this dude or whatever, or it's just gonna look like something. So, you know, I don't really know the extent how that personal relationship is like that, you know, but it's the reason why he left G Unit.
It's definitely not. They've really been on speaking terms. It's been known. 50 been on his idea a couple times. They really talk. And I'm gonna tell you why I think this is kind of a direct slap, because you alluded to it. 50's a businessman, which means it's about his money.
Right.
He put in the caption, he's doing his thing. Make sure y'all look out for the mixtape. He ain't making no money on no mixtape. He's giving out free music. So where's the bread gonna come from this? He's dropping bars. I think it was kind of like, who's really looking for bars in 2018? Who's really looking for mixtapes in 2018? Like, good luck, but you ain't about to make no money, Loyd. I think that's where kind of the angle that he might have came from. We all know 50 Cent is a mogul, and he doesn't have any feelings. He'll talk about his own baby. He don't care.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think this is a situation. When did we know 50 Cent to show anybody that left G Unit love?
Right.
Openly, just go ahead. And we know he's his boy, but to what degree? Like I said, he'll talk about his own kid. So he don't give a fuck.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, obviously, Loyd Banks had his most success with G Unit. And some people just, you hit your peak. And it's like, you know, again, you know, you hit it on the head when you said, you know, the mixtape thing, you know, he ain't gonna make no money from it. But it's just like another thing is like, you know, who cares? You know, who cares? Who cares about a fucking mixtape at this point?
And that's what I was gonna ask you. Is anybody even gonna be checking for Banks now? Because he talked about it on his Twitter. He was thinking about retiring, and then he came back like that was a social experiment. Is anybody even checking for Banks?
It was the allure. We know him through G Unit and shit. It was the allure of him being where they all could spit. But it's just like, you know, him being attached to the brand of G Unit, you know, it is going to be, you know, the draw. 50 got power, he got 50 Cent, he got a lot of shit going on. The vodka, you know, he's popping. So his brand is very strong right now. So you want to be connected to something like that, releasing a project, releasing some mixtape when you're not with G Unit no more. I mean, 50 still did him a favor. That was promotion, if you really look at it anyway.
Yeah,
because people are going to be talking about it. Other media outlets going to talk about it. It's going to be articles written about it. So he probably going to give him a little boost, but probably I don't know if it's going to be enough to boost his career. You know what I mean? But again, I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm just giving my opinion. That's
now,
all.
On the fallout of G Unit, a lot of people speculated that people, or 50 in particular, was kind of jealous of Loyd Banks because he was kind of underground and whispers the baddest spitter on G Unit. And we all know 50 was the headliner. He was the president. He was the main event on G Unit. So he didn't like the cloud. He didn't like the fact that people were kind of saying that. And the reason of the fallout, and that's the reason why you hate. What do you think about that speculation?
I mean, 50, he wasn't even the top. Like, it was other people that's better than him too, I think. You know what I mean? You know, but it's like he's making money off of him. Fuck that.
And I think 50 will be the first one to say, and I don't mean to cut you off, oh God, but 50 will be the first one to say, like, he's not the top five. He's not anybody's top five. He ain't trying to be top five, but business-wise, who can fuck with him?
There you go.
And it's been like that since early on. His grind has just been, you can't deny it. It's great. You know what I mean? You talk about the vodka, the movies, the business. He's on top of his game. So he don't care about the rap, because who's really making money from rap anyway? And anything that he articulates and talks about in his music, in interviews, he's so brilliant. You really hear the genius when he talks about it, because he's laughing at the situation. Like, y'all keep y'all top five. I don't give a fuck about that. And I think it's a situation where that's the reason why I don't think it was a jealousy situation, because he always seen the bigger and the end of the day. He always seen the light at the end of the tunnel, where the money was going to be great and little things. And He may have seen the situation with Lloyd Banks not really being the person in front of the camera, not having the charisma. He may not have seen the Lloyd Banks as a person that wasn't really going to make him any fucking money. So as much and good of friends if they were, and as loyal as he was, it's
how long were they together? How long were they together? It's been a decade, maybe.
Lord, a long time. Way more than that.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, just minimal a decade, you know, just to say that. Being with somebody that time, man, that's a long time. People gotta remember, man, relationships, you know, it's sometimes they're not meant to be, whether it be business, you know, it could be your girl. Everything is not always meant to be. It's just sometimes just for seasons. It's to learn different things. Sometimes it could be for forever. You know what I mean? So it's not always a bad thing for people to split in business. Sometimes it could be a great thing.
G-Unit started in 2002.
Wow.
2002. So, right. I mean, you could just go and give congratulations to the longevity.
Yeah, it's like over.
I mean, like it has to be a fucking graduation period. I don't understand why people don't understand. Like, where's your evolution? If you're sitting there doing the same thing for years and years and years, and you don't see there's any wrong in that when you're still sitting in the same fucking situation, I don't know what to call you, man. There has to be some kind of. We all graduate. High school's a graduation for college is a grad. Every 4 years you had to see some kind of evolution. If you don't, the fuck are you doing? And
I mean, I don't want to shit on Lloyd. You know, maybe his expectations might be different than ours. You know what I mean? In a certain extent, maybe he didn't want to achieve that. You know, that type of. You know, maybe he would have. Some people find different passions. I just really don't know. I would like to talk to him. You know about it, but, you know,
Lloyd Banks, he's hot. You know what I mean? I fuck with Lloyd Banks and I fuck with his albums, but like you said, maybe he's in a comfortable situation and maybe he's good. Maybe we ain't talking about him. Maybe we're not disrespecting him. He's doing exactly what he wants to do, right. And he's doing it how he's doing it. And we all see 50 Cent clowning him, but maybe Lloyd Banks don't care because, like we said, he's doing what he wants anyway. He's not chasing that fame. He's not chasing that business. He doesn't want that life. He's doing what he does. He's spitting bars the right way, the real way. We all know how shaded this music game is, why people kind of do what they do. I sent you a text message on about the Hollow to Don and Arsenal, the battle, and just real bars. I mean, people get away with that or get from that. And you see a lot of the real spitters in the game kind of like they don't really find their lane because people aren't looking for it, man.
Yeah, real talk.
I mean, so
real talk. So, yeah, I mean, it's like the Jay-Z thing. I mean, like Jay-Z's future is bright. 50 Cent's future is bright. They was the head for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not to say that we'll see what happens with Lloyd and the rest of them. You know what I mean? Dynamic group, you know what I mean? G-Unit, to say the least.
Right.
But what you think about your boy Joel Santana, man, asking the judge to let him travel now? You know, a large part of his income comes from him, you know, traveling, obviously getting the bag, maybe to show up the clubs and things like that. Being as though his music is not really, I guess, making that much revenue to sustain his household. So being as though that obviously he tried to allegedly get into the airport with the gun and the pills and his history of domestic violence with his girlfriend or wife. I'm not sure what she is right now, but one or the other. You know what I mean? He ain't even allowed to stay in the house right now. So it's like he can't make money. His home was on foreclosure. What do you think about that whole situation?
It's coming to a sad situation where our boy Joel is starting to look like a bum ass nigga.
Damn.
It is. He's starting to look like a bum ass nigga. I'm going to be critical of the brother because you went to an airport with a loaded gun and prescription pills. You fucked your money up. You fucked your money up. You have not paid your rent in months. What are you doing? You made decisions and you did things along the way that have you in the unfortunate situation that you are right now. But if you look into the mirror and you really analyze the things and the steps that you made along the way, you really could blame nobody but yourself. And now you find yourself in a situation where you have to beg and plead a judge. They ain't trying to hear that shit.
Hell no.
You got the feds on you, family. You lucky you out. You lucky you out. Go out and make money. Make money for what? You're about to be ass in jail. It's like it's a bad situation, and no one wants to see that. Shout out to Joel's. We got to be critical of it. We're gonna have to keep it a buck. Like as a grown man, as a father, as a person out here who should be about their business. When you see a Jim Jones out here tight with his business, when you see a Cameron out here tight with his business.
Right.
If you sitting around these brothers, why aren't you following their suit? I just don't understand it, man. And I don't think I ever will when it comes to Joel, bro. I really don't.
Yeah, man. Hopefully it ends up good for him. Maybe he gets a lenient deal. You know, maybe the judge might let him travel. You know what I mean? But you know, anybody watch it, just take it as a lesson that if you get in, especially in the music industry, that money always not going to come in those big lump sums like they do in the beginning or when you're hot. You know, so you're gonna have to invest that money the right way and pay those damn taxes.
You got to.